Hey, good morning, everyone. Jeremy provided Dave and I an opportunity to share our testimony of our recent house fire in regard to the giving challenge in Christian contentment. After going through the many trials of this fire, our faith has not only been tested, but has become stronger. We knew in our hearts the day of the fire that it was going to take God's intervention to get through it, and it was not going to be an easy task. Knowing that if we tried to fix this on our own, that we were going to mess things up terribly. God's plan is always better than ours. We recognize that true contentment came through Jesus Christ only, and when your faith is strong, that's where one finds contentment. Don't think that for 1 minute we didn't try to control things, because we did, but each time we had to come back to Christ. Our hearts trusted that God was going to build us back better in Him, along with building back our home if we just kept ourselves committed to Him and focused on Him, as this is what He teaches us in Scripture. Going through the fire and its trials, which were many, the church was generous in sharing time, money, and most of all, its love. Our hearts were overwhelmed with so much generosity that we did ask ourselves the question, do we really need all this money that was being given to us? We were so grateful in experiencing all of this and didn't want to block any of these blessings that we decided to set up a blessing box. This money would be used to bless others along the way. We also have a close Christian friend that's always been a part of our lives who offered us to stay in her home as we figured out the steps going forward. She and I knew immediately that this was God's calling for both of us. She was in the middle of her own trials as well, so in order to keep our minds off the trauma of the fire, we engaged ourselves into her life to help her work through things. It worked for all of us. We immediately felt safe, felt that we could be content here for a while as God rebuilds our life. At this point, we could see God's plan was coming together in all our lives. The fellowship of her life and the kids and our lives coming together was playing an integral part in healing. We felt more and more content each day. We have found that this was the best way to serve Christ, by serving others, and in serving Christ, we were also growing in Him, bringing us closer to true contentment. So we helped her out with the kids, chores, projects, and housework. That was a wonderful experience that taught us that it was a great idea to share in others' trials while we were in trials of our own. She is a fellow Christian, and we knew that God put us together to give us all strength. And Christian fellowship is always a part of contentment. We can see that true contentment comes through many ways. The Bible teaches us God's righteousness. Our church keeps us spiritually fed. Fellowship gives us the strength. You see, He refines us through these trials if we embrace Him in the midst of them. Through our trials of the fire, we fell down many times and always came back to Christ. For myself, it was a reminder Christ fell down many times as He was carrying His cross for us. We are called to carry our own crosses to follow Him.